For the past week, we've been laughing, and it's been fun because we've witnessed all of these Hollywood elite meltdowns over the 2024 presidential election. So many of these people who decided that, us in our Hollywood bubble, having no idea what the real world is like, we should tell all these everyday Americans how to vote. And if you don't vote with us, you're a bigot. You're a horrible person. You're one of the worst people in the world. How dare you? The reality has come crashing down around them. And Rachel Zegler somehow, some way, went a little bit under the radar when we've been laughing at these people. Rachel Zegler, certainly no stranger to controversy. She single-handedly made sure that the Snow White live-action bastardization from Disney is going to be a complete and total nightmare for them. But she had something to say about the election, too. Disney's Snow White actress Rachel Zegler causes controversy with unhinged social media election tantrum, hopes Trump supporters never know peace. Now, I saw this yesterday, and I was a little confused because I thought, I saw Steph tweet this out, and I was like, is this real? Like, where does, because these are Instagram stories that clearly were from right after the election. I'm like, how did we not talk about this for a whole week? But sure as shit, Rachel Zegler fan pages had posted them on November 6th on Instagram 6 days ago. You can see people thanking her for speaking up in her stories and stuff like that. This is real. This is legit from Rachel Zegler.
The fact that she says that she hopes that Trump supporters never know peace, considering we're about to get, more world peace, more mean tweets and more world peace. Just a typical leftist lunatic right here. But I have not read this. I heard about it, but I have not read the details of it.
I find myself speechless in the midst of this. That's your first fucking lie, you retard. You wrote I say I'm speechless, yet you have 3 paragraphs and then several more stories. Clearly, you have plenty of speech available. Another 4 years of hatred. Rachel Zegler was, 13 years old the first time Trump was elected? What the fuck are you talking about? Leaning us towards a world I do not want to live in. Leaning us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in. You don't have any kids. You're manifesting a pregnancy for yourself that you probably will just end. Leaning us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want. Leaning us towards a world that is fearful. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I am. I'm heartbroken for my friends who awoke this morning, and I am here with you to cry, to yell, to hug. Mark Ruffalo's got company. To wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been. And it certainly should not have been by so many votes. I echo Ethel Kane's statements more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. And to me, that's where it goes, where you're an actor, you're working for these companies, stuff like that. Okay, you're going to have their opinions. They're going to put dumb shit out there. They're going to have a meltdown over their candidate, whatever. When you start going after half of your audience is when business-wise it becomes a massive, massive problem. And that's what she just did.
And that is why people are so tired of Hollywood celebrities, because not only do they have to push their opinions out there, it's that they have to try to force their opinions onto everyone else. You have to agree with them or you are the devil. You are hard. Now, the fact that you're sitting here, you're actively wanting the United States of America to fail because the guy that you don't like got voted in. The mature thing, the rational thing would be like, I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that Donald Trump is able to accomplish great things for America, but I'm very unhappy right now, yada, yada, yada. Instead, you're like, I just hope that Trump himself never finds peace. It's like, the fuck's wrong with you, man? These people are demented lunatics. And this chick right here specifically, she has earned all of the hatred and then some. She has taken the Brie Larson stuff and she has taken it to a whole different level. Like, she makes Brie Larson seem likable. Yes, Ryan, I know. I know.
I made her seem likable, just for the record.
But yeah, I mean, she is Rachel Zegler. Are we prepared to say she might be the single most unlikable person in Hollywood? Like, she's right there. Who's worse than this chick?
Like I said, like, the Brie Larson stuff stems from a really dumb thing she said about white guys reviewing movies 8 years ago or whatever that was. And from people not liking her character. This is like a completely different level.
Yes.
Like with all the different statements we've had from her, and specifically going after like the audience and targeting the audience in this way. And if Rachel Zegler had just had this meltdown and talked about how much she hates Trump and stuff, I would be making fun of her about a meltdown over the election, blah, blah, blah. But when you start saying and lumping in the supporters and Trump voters, so not, 75 million people in this country who some of them might have wanted to go see Snow White. Some of them might want to go see your movies in the future. You just told them to fuck off, to go fuck themselves. That is the biggest problem in this entire thing. And she ain't done. There's also a deep, deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatens our democracy. It is terrifying, the number of people who stand behind what this man preaches. It's a foolish subscription to a false sense of security, of masculinity, of intelligence, of patriotism, and of humanity. There is no help, no console in any of them. I could go on. I won't. I feel sad. You probably do too. Fuck this. And she keeps going on. Get off Elon's app, by the way. The fuck are you doing? They're eating you up on Twitter. I don't use that app for a reason. He helped get that man elected, and you're giving him business. I was talking about finding catharsis in art. I don't care if you're going to pick a fight with me. It's been done before. Find something real to be mad about today. There's plenty to go around. And yet the last time she used Twitter was to say Free Palestine while promoting her movie for Disney, while her Israeli co-star is getting relentlessly attacked by her sycophantic supporters.
That's right.
And regardless of what you think about that, the idea of attaching that to the promotion of your movie, that's a problem with your business.
Yes.
Okay, that's all. Going on stage for Act 2 now. Need to get off my soapbox before I get too heated. Sending love to everyone who needs it today, except Trump supporters. May we all carry each other through the worst and hold these politicians accountable. Your Dem govs just got very important. They already were, but hey, follow your governors. Hold them accountable. Local governments where we make real change. This is not the end, ever. I will love through these 4 years as best I can. Fuck Donald Trump. It's like...
Oh my God, it's glorious. And
she's a child. Like she's like not literally, but she's like 23 years old and thinks she knows everything about everything. Yeah. She's delusional.
Yeah, this is her, people like her and people like Hollywood people. They're one of the reasons I lean so much into the Trump support. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a fan of Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. I voted for him in 2016, 2020, 2024. I'll vote for him in 2028, because that's going to trigger libs just to hear that. He's already made a comment today about potentially staying in office. This got him fucking melting down right now. He's already done it. And so the reason that I lean so much into it is because it triggers these people, and their whole mindset is to try and make people not want to support Trump. So I do the exact opposite. It's like, oh, you're trying to make people not want to support Trump. I'm going to lean into it even twice as much just to piss you off at this point. Because if you claim that I can't be a Trump supporter, that's one thing. But if you claim that Trump supporters have to shut up and they have to silence themselves, well, then I'm just going to take it to a whole different level. So that's why I personally am the way I am about it. The reality is their world has crumbled right in front of them, because everything they have worked for the past 4 years, or I guess 8 or 9 years, blew up in their faces last Tuesday. And they realize that they don't matter, and they are in the coping phase now, and they're trying to understand, how did we get to this place? How do so many people love this man? How is he winning in a landslide when we celebrities have stood against this and shown the world of how horrible he is, and we told our fans how terrible he is? They are currently reeling right now, and it's going to be a glorious 4 years, because they're going to continue to do this and alienate more and more people, and they're only going to make Donald Trump and the MAGA movement more and more popular and relevant. So I'm looking forward to the next 4 years.
Yeah, and this is the Disney double standard, right? Gina Carano says nothing wrong, does nothing wrong, gets fired. Rachel Zegler, Pedro Pascal, that Lucasfilm guy, it doesn't matter. They go out and they attack half the country, half their potential audience. Nothing will happen to them. Because this is how Hollywood works.
Yep. That's it. And that's the biggest issue with Hollywood, is that hypocrisy. Because ultimately, if everything was, equal and fair in terms of like people being able to share their opinions, then hey, let Rachel Zegler run her mouth. But the fact is Gina did nothing wrong other than have a perception from a standpoint that she doesn't line up with the narrative. So they fire her. Not only they fire her and they shame her. And Rachel Zegler, they're going to sit here and just celebrate her. That's identity politics right there in a nutshell. So,
yep.